Let's see. Are we back in action? We should be. Alright. You should be able to hear me. It's not the best quality, but hopefully it's good enough to get through the picks and bans. Yeah, sorry about that. I was talking a lot about the current lineup of Versio. We really need that extra point to sort of go forward in the UKL. We've had a lot of shifts here back and forth, but today, right now at least, we'll be running the Eversio comp that was strong together, right? So we have Awaken in top lane, we have Farsal in jungle, Mechanics in mid, and Iconic Lido bot lane. The only two games Eversio won, right, came out of this combination, and I think they're going to try their luck today with it. Let's see, and let's see how it goes. We need that long-term success in order to continue forward in this tournament. I was saying as well, Eversio on red side, typically their favorite, right? You can get that counter pick, which is very important. Paragon here would need to pick the first champion. Usually wants something that is a bit more flexible, can be played in engage, can be played in disengage, or a really comfort carry champion, right, for someone of your team. Or perhaps an AD carry, which doesn't really care too much about matchups. But the direct response of picking something inflexible in that first pick is that Eversio can actually draft around it, right? So if you go something like the Kai'Sa first pick for Paragon, you kind of know that they want to engage, right? Let's see here. Eversio missing a pick here. Oy, oy, oy. Not. Okay. So we go for the Ambessa into the Sion. Awaken Sion. We've seen him play this out last time. People really like to play Ambessa into Sion. It's a very Sion favorite matchup until a certain point, and then Ambessa just kind of turns it on, especially around that 2 item or that level 11 mark where she has second point in her ultimate ability, right? So let's see here. Eversio needs to think about a proper AD carry here that can do a lot of damage to the frontliners like Xin Zhao, like Ambessa, and has that self-peel. I really like the Caitlyn option. It could be really great for Hido. He can drop a trap perhaps just before the Ambessa connects, or he can dash away. Caitlyn very strong in lane as well. Very little that other AD carries can do to combat this. Doesn't do all that well against the sort of mages and stuff like that, but in this case against Varus. Varus could go Lethality. He could have a decent run into the Caitlyn, but earlier levels it's not going to be that nice, right? I'm curious to see what Iconic goes for. He's played Thresh pretty well. The Bard was brought out as well, but I still think Awaken's Bard is just a little bit better. Hopefully, though, we'll see him sort of ease into the role. I would like to think that maybe he's feeling a bit stressed out. He usually does a lot better, I think, on the role. But let's see. Last bans here. We see both supports getting double dipped here. Rakan, Karma, Soraka as well getting removed from the pool. And Bard, there's the Bard. So Thresh is available here with Caitlyn as well. You could maybe look for the Melio. You have Xin Zhao against you as well. You might want something that can help peel further. Let's see what they go for. You have the Siren, you have the Stranded frontline, right? So do they go for more frontline? They go for the Lux. Alright, fair enough. So Lux Caitlyn, very long range, very hard to deal with in lane as well. So it's a very strong combination. Trundle doesn't have the best support with the Lux. Usually you might want to prefer those enchanters with the Trundle, but we'll have to wait and see here. And I think Paragon are kind of doing the same mistake with Xin Zhao here, where I think Xin kind of wants those enchanters. Without the enchanters, he's gonna be a bit more of easy pickings if he overextends with his audacious charge. We see Leona though getting picked up. So Leona Varus, very hard lockdown ability against Caitlyn Lux, but should be very Eversio favored earlier on, especially before Leona gets those levels. Does get the ability to keep jumping onto the Lux, onto the Caitlyn, right? Otherwise, in the earlier levels, no advantage for Paragon here. They don't have the range. Even Varus should be scared. One Q from Lux landing could theoretically be more than half of Varus's health, even at the level 1, level 2 mark. So Syndra here blind for Paragon. Syndra Xin Zhao, very strong combination. Ambessa on top of that. A lot of assassination. But I think Paragon don't have the best frontline disruptors. I mean, Varus, if he's left alone, could deal a lot of damage. Ambessa as well, but Ambessa typically wants to go for that backline. Let's see here. Mechanics changes last second to Aurora into the Syndra, as to my knowledge, Syndra is a pretty hard matchup for Aurora, as you can kind of predict where the Aurora lands with WE, and then you can get the stun. Also outranging Aurora in the matchup. So this must be for the team fight, I assume, or maybe it's more of like a comfort pick for Mechanics into this matchup. However, as far as I know, it should be Syndra favored. Aurora, though, does have maybe a bit better roams earlier on before the Syndra can start walking. And let's not forget that Syndra recently got nerfed, and so did Orianna, so did Ahri. A lot of champions got nerfed in the mid lane, which has allowed Aurora room to breathe and sort of get back into the meta. Let's see, microphone's still not working on me. Oi, oi, oi. Bad microphone, bad. Let's see how to fix it. Because I think the other mic would be of a bit better quality as well. But yeah, no such luck at the moment. Alright, the guys are picking up their champions. Let's talk a bit about this individual matchups here. So starting off in the top lane, Sion and Bessa. We've talked about this a bunch of times. For those a bit unfamiliar, it's definitely Sion favored before Ambessa starts getting that second item, maybe the level 11. Of course, Ambessa can play into the Sion if he, plays with the wave better. And maybe around Eclipse level 6, the Ambessa starts having a bit more breathing room, but Awaken could definitely stack up and become the frontline tank that his team needs. It doesn't really matter how this lane goes for Sion, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure Awaken knows how to keep his distance accordingly and stuff like that. It's a bit different playstyle than what Iglos likes. Iglos really likes to be the center point maybe, or it likes to go for that solo 1v1 play. You get some really nice pop-up moments, and it does carry Eversio sometimes when it does go well. But when it goes south, it's a bit rough to get out of, right? And he does need the help and resources. Awaken kind of more of a hidden character, right? He'll do the things in the background. He'll play very safe. He'll play more to his limits and kind of not give up a lot of kills. It's a bit more calculated, a bit less flashy, and if you have players like Hido, like Mechanics, like Iconic as well, and Varsal that kind of wants to play forward, right? It's nice to have that kind of person in the team that's a bit more like keeping his space and his limits, right? So a bit more of an in-check mentality. Next up here in the jungle, Trundle against Xin Zhao. Typically Trundle favored. Trundle has been picked against Xin often as a counter matchup here. Pantheon as well as a common champ, usually taken against Xin Zhao. It's just because once Xin Zhao is in, Trundle can trap him there, remove his attack damage, remove his stats, right? Remove his armor and mark. And that will be a very squishy Xin Zhao, especially considering Paragon have no way to sustain this Xin Zhao, no Orianna, no Soraka, no Lulu. Nothing of this nature, right? To keep Xin Zhao alive. No Nami, for example, right? Xin Zhao does have a bit of a better clear, and could maybe provide, I wouldn't say better ganks, because Trundle Pillar here is just really good against Paragon. I mean, you cannot not think about the Trundle Pillar here, right? So you have Ambessa, yes, she has the dashes, but she can't really jump over the pillar itself, right? She has to go around it and it slows. Leona, Syndra, Varus, Xin Zhao don't really have escapes, right? Once they're pillared. So the Trundle pillar here bringing just a ton of value. Eversio picked Trundle very early on into the draft, and Paragon kind of drafted into it, I think. So it's just something to look out for. Varsal, our eyes are on you and your pillars. And in the mid lane, I've said this a bit while we're drafting. I do think it's Syndra favored, but Mechanics is that kind of player that you need to watch out for, right? He'll be up in CS, he'll have those good roams, he'll have some good fights as well, keeping Eversio afloat. So watch out for Mechanics, despite maybe being on a bit of a rough foot here, what I think at least, because by no means I'm a mid laner. If Nemesis was here, he'd tell me, Jansen, you're a jungler, shut up, you don't know nothing about the game. I'll tell you, Nemesis, huh? Oi, oi, oi. So, let's see who has Pride on this game. No, I'm kidding, okay. And lastly here in the bot lane, we have the Lux Caitlyn against Leona Varus, right? So, just because Leona's melee range, I'm assuming Iconic and Hido are not gonna walk into melee range, right? So they have range advantage on the Varus as well. Lux recently got a buff as well. Her E's have better cooldown. Um, so yeah, Lux is just, I think, currently in a bit of a broken state. I think in support maybe a bit better than the mid. I don't know. Just because she does have the weakness of not having those dashes, and if you don't play your range correctly, some champions could really shut you down. And if you're in mid lane and you get shut down that hard, I mean, your team's going to be losing a lot of priorities, right? But in the support role, you don't really care that much about, your damage, etc. You're still going to be landing those light bindings, landing the slow, and a full combo from a Lux will still roughly take away half health of an ADC, right? So yeah, let's look out for Iconic on this Lux, and let's see how it goes with the Caitlyn and AD carry for Hido. Good luck, Eversio, good luck. We need these wins, guys. All right. So we're starting off with a pause. Nothing new here. We've seen this all before, huh? Okay. All right, guys. Yep, we're still paused. You're seeing that, right? It's not really something we can change at the moment. So yeah, hang on in there. Hello, Nano. Yep, Aurora is indeed picked into the Syndra matchup. Maybe you can let us know what you think of this matchup. As far as I'm aware, it should be Syndra favorite here. The abilities landing on Aurora's WE are just a bit too predictable. And yeah, but I guess it could go either way, right? A Fed Aurora could still, in theory, get the upper hand, get the first attack onto the Syndra, and sort of one-shotting perhaps. Let's see, Mr. Hido restarting his computer at the moment. Alright, so apparently Hido's PC is currently doing an update. Yikes. Alright, so let's wait and see on that. Alright. There's only so much I can say, guys, about everything before we start, right? But yeah, hopefully this version of Eversio is something we can stick with. Or maybe they decide to go with Igros as well. Regardless of what they pick, I think it's more the case of, hey guys, can we please have just a five-man, just an amount of people to play together, take some time, learn each other's patterns, learn each other's sort of mentalities, right? And fill in the gaps where other people in the team sort of have trouble. All right, guys, it's been 5 minutes. Surely it won't take that much longer, will it? Surely. Test, test. Alright, yes, we're back on the good mic. Ho, ho, ho. Nice. Alright. Oi, oi, oi. So if it's not Brickun, it's Hido, huh? Alright. If Aurora can manage to get into side lane without too big of a disadvantage, Mechanics can start getting a lead in the mid game. Says Nano Attack, a local mid lane legend Aurora main. Certified Yapper. Like kidding on that last one. Alright, 24 minutes to go. Will we ever see this game starting? It's a good thing no one here has plans at 10:30, right? Because keep in mind there's another match after this one. Well, they'd have to wait a bit longer if they did. Alright. Say hello in the chat, guys. I'm lonely at the moment. We need more interaction before the game starts. Oh, never mind. Keep your hellos. I don't need them. We have Hido. He's back, and we're soon gonna get into this game. Come on, Eversio. We need that win. For those joining now, guys, classic pause in the start. It wouldn't be a professional match of League of Legends without pausing. Sometimes I question, how do people even play solo queue without the pause mechanic? I really do question this. But I'm not saying they're not needed. If you have trouble, please do pause. Let's start the game on equal grounds and give it our best, right? So let's see here, Eversio. I'm expecting a lot out of Iconic and Hido this game. I genuinely think they have the stronger matchup here. I wouldn't expect much from Mechanics, but if he does do, I will be very impressed because I think this is a bit more of a harder matchup for him. Varsal, he should be in the driving seat for this early mid game. Those pillars will make a big difference. And in the meanwhile, top lane Awaken, I just expect him not to be 0-2 by the 5th minute. Is that too much to ask for from the Scion? So let's see. Now we do see here Eversio lining up a fair chunk onto Nisra here, as they send support to invade and drop a ward. We see the Eversio bot lane here riding aggressively into the Tribush. Now I do think that's a bit of an early ward dropped. This is just in case they get an early level 3 Xin Zhao gank that clears one side of his camps. But definitely a bit early of drop that ward there. Let's see. Varus really zoned out at the moment. We see him actually skipping out the wave there on the minimap. He's really getting zoned out. 6 CS to 1 in the bot lane. Awaken in the top lane. Long has he waited to go back to his original role here on top. I think Awaken, easily one of the top 5 best players this island has ever produced. It's just the way he plays and the roles he plays. He can definitely do well in a lot of them. I do think top and support are his better roles, but he has a really good mid lane as well and a pretty decent AD carry. But I think compared to his other roles, I don't think AD carry is his best. But still, definitely better than most. Let's see here. Mechanics actually not having that hard of a time in the mid lane, but we see actually here Hido and Agonic are coming out ahead significantly in their CS lead, which is what we come to expect. Oh, Joe Swanson dodges the Lux Q, flashes onto Hido. Now can he get the knockup? They find Iconic. Iconic flashes, but it's maybe a bit late. The damage is there. And he greets the flash, but in the end here, perhaps a bit of an overcommit for Paragon. We see Varsal coming down, and it's a level 4 Trundle against a level 3 Xin Zhao. Down goes Joe Swanson, but down goes Varsal, leaving Hido in a 1v2 situation. It's a 2-for-1 situation now for Eversio. Hido flashes away, he cleanses, but he does not get the last auto attack. And that's gonna be a 3-for-1 in the bot lane here. Eversio coming out
on the wrong foot there. Mechanics here almost finds the solo play, but I do think Rafa will successfully live on just a tiny bit of health. A bit unlucky there, Eversio on the bot lane. I do think Iconic should have flashed a bit earlier. Should not have taken that damage there. Would have maybe turned things around a bit better. But now the Eversio bot lane, who was in such a lead, are caught on the back foot here. 2 sums down on both sides. Could lead to some easy ganks from the Xin Zhao. And the kill and assist on Varus do normalize his gold here. Let's have a look. Is it not X anymore? What? How do I check gold, guys? It used to be X. Okay, I guess they changed it or something, I don't know. Okay. Can I see the gold? No, okay. Maybe we have a second here. Surely. Gold. Oh, I know one of you's like, it's right there, Jansen, it's the gold, it's that button. See? It's definitely X. Oh, it was X, but now it's working. You see? It's X, okay? But now it's working. Don't tell me why it wasn't working before. Just to ridicule. Today's one of those days. Alright, so yeah, the gold here is actually more than normalized. Varus is actually ahead in gold. He's ahead by a 200 gold here at the moment, despite being down 12 CS. Mechanics, you continue to surprise me, my friend. He's actually ahead in CS in this matchup. He's up a level as well. He goes in with the level 6 forces, the ghost from the Syndra. And that's another time the Syndra will be saved here from a potential dangerous moment. Mechanics, the demon of the multi-scene. Let's see. We also saw two Paragon members here, Leon and Xin Zhao, going for the gank in mid lane. Iconic could get caught out here. The pillar lands, but Iconic still in trouble. He takes a full Varus Q to the face, and he falls low. There's the last auto. Iconic drops, and Varsal is left in a tricky spot, 2v1. And now Hito trying to take the trade, but no, Varus says absolutely not, with the last Q there finishing him off. Guys, close your eyes. This is not the Eversio I want to see. Definitely not. They just seem scattered, don't they, guys? They just don't seem to have their movement aligned, or their priority state of who goes where. They wanted to make the gank on the Leona Xin Zhao, thinking they win it, but it just left Iconic getting picked off early, Varsal in a 2v1, and Hito on a 1v1 against Varus, who, let's be honest, has to be one of the most broken AD carries to ever exist in this video game. So yeah. Let's see, can we turn things around? I think it's a bit rough, I'll be honest with you. I think Xin Zhao scales better than Trundle, Syndra better than Aurora, and I think Varus just might have the upper hand on Caitlyn. But Caitlyn late game is a very scary thing, eh? It can one-shot the Ambessa, Xin Zhao, Syndra, Varus, no problem. Time to Feast says he would have won that. I'm inclined to believe you, actually, sir. I do think you're the GOAT. Let's see. See the first gank here on the top lane. It does lead to a flash as Varsal uses the pillar there to gain distance onto the Ambessa. Let's see, Mechanics goes in. That's a ghostless Syndra, but he does have flash. Action across the board here. Nothing really happens on both sides except aggression. The Ambessa goes in onto Awaken just to get a grasp proc. I'm not sure if that's really worth it, but I mean, hey, what else is he gonna do? As I said, it's very silent favorite here until Ambessa gets those 2 items. He can start to maybe take small trades with the Eclipse, but other than that, it's not gonna be a fun time for Awaken. Let's see here, Varsal and Mechanics want to fight this. Rafa flashes away, and now Jost wants it. The Xin Zhao is in a bit of trouble. Flashes across the board. Awaken flashes over. He gets the lockup, and that's a quick 2 kills here by the top side Eversio team. Awaken with the rotation. Mechanics and Awaken keeping their team alive, and Varsal not giving up, finding the play here. It's not worked around bot. Let's make it work around top. Let's see, Varsal also taking the opportunity to take away 2 quick camps here. He takes away the blue and the Gromp from the Xin Zhao. Fido though in the meanwhile gets engaged on by the Leona. The Varsal misses somehow. Iconic lands an ice binding here, but both Paragon members flash onto Iconic. Iconic flashes out, throws the laser, and he does get the E slow just in time. Hido finishes off Nisra here with the Caitlyn out, and that's a nice play here by the Eversio bot lane, kiting away. Hido flashes forward onto Shrimp, gets the Q off for a double kill, and that's the Iconic Hido we've come to expect. And now on the top lane here, Varsal and Awaken onto Ox and Joe Swanson, the 2v2 that they wanted to take. Sion stronger than Ambessa and Trundle stronger than Xin Zhao. Can Eversio turn this into a kill? Well, it won't lead to a kill, but Paragon backing off in the end, as they realize they will not be winning this fight. Somehow finding the time though to go to Grubs, and I don't think Eversio are in a good spot to contest this perhaps. Varsal goes back to his camps, and we see Mechanics comfortably taking his mini wave in the mid lane. You see a lot of fighting is still going on in the top side here. Varsal gets engaged on by the Ambessa for the escape, forced to flash out. A very interesting fight here in the top side, can't go either way. Iconic throwing all the abilities he got, doesn't land the ult, but it does deter the enemy bot lane here. Paragon backing off, giving Hido his space. Varsal and Awaken go back again in. The pillar lands to a Sion, knock up from the Q, and finally Eversio walk away with the kill here in the top side. From a fight that felt like it never ended. Varsal picking up another one. Alright guys, the gold is now equal here, 100 gold up. Let's see if we can keep this momentum. It started off rough, but we've equalized now. And Hido up 30 CS. Damn, this guy is so cracked at that. If every AD carry main could just take his CSing, you'd already be leagues above the rest. To be fair, I mean, hey, it goes hand in hand to say as well, Mechanics has been very consistent with his CSing throughout the entire series. So that's also a shout out to Mechanics. Let's see here. Oh, it seems like Syndra is nothing to sort of get scared of. Alright, we got the dragon. Iconic gets popped here. Varsal follows. That's a quick 2 kills for Paragon. It's a 2 for 1 with the initial play of Mechanics taking away the Syndra from the fight. At the very least, we get the dragon here. Iconic not doing too comfortably on the Lux. He's actually going for the Echoes of Helia. A very interesting item here. He gets better shields, but not really a lot of damage to use. Hey. Joe Swanson, go back to Family Guy, huh? Gets deleted from the map. We're really seeing the strength here of just the champions Eversio picked. Anyone over-engaging from Paragon is just gonna get Trundle pillared, Caitlyn trapped, Caitlyn net, snared from Iconic, slowed from Iconic. It's just really rough to engage into. Which is why Xin Zhao gets countered by Trundle. And even more so, why you would want enchanters with Xin Zhao. Because if he goes in like that, he's gonna need that extra bit of health just to rotate his spells and continue powering through all that CC. Let's see here, Shrimp goes in, the ult whiffs though. And Iconic gets stunned, but he does damage is just insane. Shrimp goes down. Iconic lands a nice light binding there onto Joe Swanson. The ult from Iconic does finish off the Leona, and now it's just kiting here. 2v3. The flash force from Rafa to get the shutdown onto Hido. The ult used as well from the Syndra. It will be able to be enough to finish off for a double kill, but that's a quick 2 for 2 kills for the Eversio bot lane, while taking the flash from the Syndra and as well the barrier from the Varus. Well done, Hido and Iconic, considering they were a bit on the back foot, and now Hido still up that 30 CS lead. Mechanics continues to get a lead on his opponent here since Syndra roamed as well. He's up 1 level. We should be seeing the AD carry and mid laners swap here. We see actually that Mechanics is on the way top. And Varsal could find the Ambessa here, forces the flash. And Xin Zhao goes in, he knocks off Varsal. But it seems like the problem will continue here as Xin Zhao has absolutely no gas against Trundle. Going in, gets his AD removed, his stats reduced as well. And Varsal just one-shots the Xin Zhao. This is his kingdom now, as Varsal chomps away. Let's see, that's a big combo onto Shrimp, and that's exactly what Lux has to offer. Especially with Caitlyn in that isolation, you can't really block the Caitlyn out. Varsal from one light binding falls to like a couple of autos range. If he lands on a trap, he's doomed. So yeah, he really needs to be careful here. And Hido laying it thick with the traps around the tower. The Leona ult used, but it does whiff. There's Ambessa trying to take these trades as well in the top lane, but it's still that Sion favored. Honestly, people overestimate this matchup in favor of Ambessa. They really think it's Ambessa favored, but I mean, it's 15 minutes in, and you guys can tell me if you think this is Ambessa favored. So yeah, I mean, later on it's kind of okay, but yeah, at the moment, yeah, nothing special, right? You could maybe tech in a Black Lever as a first item on the Ambessa in this matchup. I think that could definitely do a lot more for you. The percent penetration does wonders. The Eclipse does well into good trades like this, but you know, you can't really push the distance and get the kill. Let's see here, Nistra gets caught though by the Trundle Pillar. And that's a dead Leona. This is what we expected from draft, you know, as most, well, all of the members from Paragon are really low range and cannot really deal with the Trundle Pillar. Anyone overstepping his boundary will definitely get caught in that. There it is, Awaken with the solo play, lands the silent knockout for the flash. Auto with the grass proc there, excellently done by the Eversio top laner. Let's see, this Xin Zhao has been overcommitting this whole game. He doesn't have enchanter support, so he really can't be busting out all his abilities like that. If he oversteps, he's just gonna get trapped, snared, knocked up, pillared. Yeah, I think he needs to respect that a bit more. Rift Herald secured here for Varsal, and Eversio are keen on starting this dragon perhaps as well. They are aware that Paragon are around town here. There's the pillar, it's landed on the Shrimp. Shrimp forced to flash, but now Hido's in a bit of trouble here. He's kiting away, Joe Swanson goes on him. The stun lands, but Hido has enough distance to walk it away. Forced his flash though, as Hido has no flash. Awaken is here with his teleport. And Mahanix is on the side, drops the ult, a massive ult here, dealing a lot of damage on the side. But Mahanix, oh, almost falls, but stays alive. No, he goes down and Shrimp gets the kill. It's a quick burst of kills here, 1 for 4 for Eversio. And there's the 5th one, ace for Eversio. Blink and you miss it. Mahanix is the only one going down in that fight. Excellent positioning here by Hido, and a lot of damage coming out of Iconic as well. Awakened, really the star of the show here, setting up his team for success. Especially after the earlier start, it was a bit rough. But he managed to help Varsal and Mahanix get a lead in that river fight. And then the lead continued to snowball as Hido and Iconic kind of neutralized their lane, managing to come back from a deficit. And here we are, guys, 7 kills up, 8k gold up as well. 2 dragons to 1. What else do you need except the kitchen sink? We're up in levels across the board, 2 levels in top, 1 level in jungle, equal levels in mid, and 2 levels for the AD carry here. and bot lane. Iconic and Hido doing well today. Hido stepping over that 10 CS per minute mark, most CS in the game. It's just what you get from that caliber of player. Definitely want to look out for, guys. Definitely want to learn more about. Sporting his original name today. We would like to see it. There has yet to be another challenger player here in Malta. We're all the proud for it. Here. There's the slow landed and Awakening connects the ult as well. Varsal is here. The flash is forced from Bessa. And once the flash is used, the pillar is such a great deterrent here. Varsal though taking a lot of damage from the Varus, and there's the shutdown onto the carry. And what looked like a potential kill turned into disaster. 2 kills for Paragon. We saw Iconic trying to salvage it with the Lux ult, but he does force the flash. And here in the bot side, we saw Mechanics get the solo kill onto the Syndra. So Mechanics and Hido here happy to take tier 2 turret while his jungler and top laner did have to fall. A nice little macro play here from Eversio, taking 2 kills and trading it for a tower on their main carries. Always nice to see. Oh, Hido gets tracked here by the red trinket. He gets outed by the Zinza onto his team. Hido's trying to kite out, he has the damage. He gets the kill onto Joe Swanson, now he's kiting away. Shrimp takes a lot of damage, the light binding from Iconic saves Hido's Hind. But can they do it? Hido really in a tough position there, gets shut down. The damage from the Leona passive. And the Varus here does net them a quick double kill. So that's 2 kills for 1 here favoring Paragon. Paragon, no slouch of their own. Doing their absolute best to keep this game together. We see a lot of damage here onto Varsal. The solo plays are starting again here. Eversio kind of looking discombobulated. They need to come together, guys. We need to play together. We're ahead. We do not need to take these solo skirmishes. We have items, we have people with damage. Just play together, play for the objectives, play for that Baron fight for goodness sake, and end the game. But you can't blame them for trying, can you? So Varsal and Mechanics here do get dropped. And despite being down incredibly, Shrimp and Nisra have definitely come back into this game. Actually, looking at the gold, this Virus is actually ahead in gold on Hido. Despite the CS lead, despite the towers, despite the earlier shutdowns. Another quick turret here, taking the benefit of the Caitlyn. That long range helps sieging so much, and the headshot doesn't hurt, dealing an extra couple hundred damage on that turret with autos. Sorry guys, I went a bit silent there on you. We did end up getting that soul point here, and we see Awaken coming in onto the side. This could be the Baron fight. So let's see here. Nisara gets knocked up first here. Joe Swanson goes in onto Varsa, and he's the first to fall in this fight. Mechanics on the side gets a massive ult onto the mid laner, and he though has been dealing damage all along. No one's even touched him yet. And let's see here. It's a messy fight across the board. It's a 1-4-2 at the moment. And Shrimp goes down, making a 3-4-1 in favor of Eversio. Bessa overcommits here, and that's the 4th kill for Eversio. Now Zinzao's running away from Mechanics. Can he get the last hit in? See Mechanics running as fast as he can on the Aurora. Can he get it? He uses the E for the knockback. The Q does not land, and he will not be able to finish off this kill. Meanwhile, the Eversio members have started the Baron, of course. No pressure to not take this, as Zinzao was running away, and that should be a nice, clean, easy Baron in Eversio's hands. Varsal also spawned, so everyone's gonna get that buff. Oh no, 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 no. What's this Zinzao doing? Let's see. We are pushing in our advantage, of course. We do have that Baron buff. So this is the time to shine, guys. If Eversio find one more fight, they could definitely end it. They could even end it without the fight. It's just the benefit of Caitlyn after all. So let's see how it's going. That first tier 3 turret falling down quicker than other turrets that fall in the world. Oy, oy, oy. Let's see here. That's the first kill as Istra goes down. Mechanics drops the mage as well. Syndra goes down here. Kido, Varsalo, Awaken and Iconic here on the side. And that's the inhibitor as well. 2 kills for Eversio, an inhib down, the second inhib down. And now we're pelleting away the Nexus turrets. Kido gets attacked here by the Zinzao and Ambessa. They both jump onto him. And he's kiting away. He manages to get away. And he does get the kill onto the Ambessa. Damn, he does impossible to touch. But he lifesteals almost back to full. And there's the ace. Eversio finishing off game 1. A rough start to the game, but in the end, Mechanics came out on top here as Eversio finishing it off in style. Well done, boys. That's the way we like to see it. Well, it's about time we win something, huh? No. Well done to Eversio, of course. Let's keep it up and keep it going for game 2. My camera is not working, GG, but we'll be going on a short pause break, guys, and we'll be back as we set up the next lobby. Stay here, stay tuned, guys, more to come, and let's see if we can wrap it up for this game too. guys, we are indeed the macaroni as we continue with the drafting. Hey. So, this is it, guys. This is the best of 2. It's the last match for tonight. If Eversio win this, we'll continue on in this tournament. So let's see if we can do it. Please note, after this, there's only one more match in the qualifiers, and I think we need to win that too, in order to continue on in the event. So, watch out, Eversio. Watch out. Watch out. We're on the knife's edge, as they say. Let's see the bans here. Eversio actually banning out Xin Zhao. Why would they ban out Xin Zhao? It looked so strong for them. Trundle is still in availability here. Well, Paragon have the last ban opportunity, right? So maybe... But I feel like if Trundle gets banned here, Varsal could have gone Xin Zhao first. And then they just build a comp around him, right? But anyways, because I think Xin Zhao was a great champion. You just kind of need to build the comp around him. I'm not a fan of the Zahen. I think it got nerfed as well. It's already a slow jungler and now it's even slower. If it didn't get nerfed yet, well, I mean, it scales pretty good. We've seen Varsal play it last time, but he didn't really do all that well with it. And I hope on such an important game, they aren't really like just kind of, you know, for funning it. Let's say that. I hope he's more proficient on the champion today than he was last time. But let's see. We see Rek'Sai here getting covered. Rek'Sai has a bit of a faster but semi-similar clear to Zahen, and should be able to have that early to mid-game pressure that maybe Zahen doesn't have in the beginning, and he does need a bit more to get into that space, right? But definitely the scaling is there. If you have a lot of melee champions, this champion is pretty good. I think picking it first blindly here is a bit of a risky thing, but yeah, maybe they know something I don't. Let's see. So we see Sion here getting picked up for Paragon. I like the Vayne hover here. Vayne could be good, of course, but top lane, you kind of want that frontline ability, right? Especially when you have someone like Hilo. I like the Cho'Gath hover. I think Cho'Gath is excellent into tanks. He scales a lot better, it does damage to them. And there he is, locked in. What's gonna be next here? I think some mobility movement type champion support here would be really good. Or an AD carry that's just strong overall. They could go Caitlyn again if they wanted to. I think Smolder is pretty cool too. I think Nyla's pretty cool too, yeah. Alright. Are you sure about Nyla actually? I'm not too sure about Nyla. I think better play Nyla when they have more squishies. I think Zeri is a bit better if you're going to be playing that front to back, which is what you want with the Zahen Cho'Gath, right? So yeah, I think Zeri is a good choice. I think Kalista also kind of plays into that same fantasy, but the damage would just be a bit too small, right? In that mid game, and you kind of will start falling down if you don't extremely snowball. I think Zeri just offers a bit more overall package, and it is Hido's Zeri after all. He's very much well known for this champion. So let's see here. Ezreal getting picked up by Paragon. Ezreal very strong in the lane, outranges most AD carries, and does have a bit better of an all-in capability compared to Zeri. Zeri kind of wants to take a bit sort of in and out trades a bit shorter and then kind of play around her level 6. Without level 6, Zeri does not so much damage. But the scaling is definitely there, okay? So I definitely think that Zeri scales a lot better than the Ezreal. So potential again in Eversio's hands here. We see once again we are banning out the supports here on last picks. We see Milio Karma getting covered and banned here. Will we get Soraka as well? And what was it? Bard, I think last time that Paragon banned as well. Let's see. Zeri, typically you want the Lulu, you want the Milio, so I like the Milio ban here from PRG. Lulu's pretty good too. Let's see, what else would you want to go? I think Janna is pretty good with Zeri, and we've seen Janna get played by Iconic. Not too many Janna-esque champions for the side of Paragon. Rek'Sai is okay, you can stop his dash, stop his ult afterwards, right? Sion, you kind of can't really stop anything except his knock-up Q. But he is melee range, so I guess Janna could still have a lot of value here. Let's see what else you can pick here with the Zeri for support. I mean, they could go for something like a Sona. I think Sona does really well if first you want to play passive and scale up. Sona's a hand, Zeri, I think these champions all together like really make sense. Soraka kind of offering a bit of a similar niche. I think Nico could also be a really good champion, as Nico could really lock down the Ezreal and then like Cho'Gath and Zahen follow up the Zeri could get her DPS out. Let's see what Iconic will play though. See Rakan getting locked in here for Paragon, a comfort pick that I believe Eversio banned in the last match. So let's see. Rakan, there's the Janna, hovered by Iconic, and I think Janna's an excellent choice here now that Rakan is being hovered. I think Paragon really lack engage without the Sion. Is it really Yuumi though? I mean, Yuumi kind of does what Sona would want to do, maybe a bit weaker because the alts don't really snare, right? Alright, let's see what they lock in. It is gonna get locked in. Okay, Yuumi, Zeri, very strong combination together. Not really all that for the lane, I mean it's okay. Right? But it's not gonna like deny the Rakan engage, deny the Rek'Sai engage, right? It's definitely gonna be just Hido, and occasionally Iconic throws out a slow and a shield here and there, right? So let's see here, last pick is gonna be... Oh! Alright, it's gonna be the Ahri. Which I think is fair, we have a lot of damage coming out of Eversio. Zeri, Cho'Gath, Zahen all deal a lot of damage. The Yuumi on top of that. I think Ahri serves well here, she could definitely deny the Rakan and the Rek'Sai with the charm. What's gonna be the mid lane pickup though? It's gonna be Sylas. Sylas is an incredible champion to take against Ahri. The Ahri ult on Sylas is just so strong, giving Sylas the passive proc every time he gets the Ahri dash as well. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I'll be right back guys to talk about the individual matchups. Just wanted to get some water before I pass out. Alright, they're all in the toilet. Great. So, in the chat guys, who are we supporting? Sorry about that. I understand maybe some people don't want to see me we'll do that a bit later, but... So, let's talk a bit about these matchups. Now is it Zahen top, Cho'Gath jungle? I think it's Zahen jungle, right? We've seen Varsal play it before. And those that know Awaken know he really likes to play his Cho'Gath, so... most likely it's going to be Cho'Gath top. As Cho'Gath top against the Sion, Cho'Gath scales a lot better, right? The E ability from Cho'Gath scales with the opponent's max health. So in theory, eventually Cho'Gath just like close to one shot the Sion in a few rotational spells, right? The only thing, maybe, nah, not even. I mean, if Awaken's too far in the front line, he's pretty much the only one that's susceptible to the obvious engage from Paragon, right? The Rakan ult could hit, the chains could hit, the knockup from Rek'Sai. Zahen sort of has the dashes, Zeri has dashes, Ahri has dashes, right? So yeah, Cho'Gath could be a bit of a slow character. In isolation, the top lane matchup should be in his favor. Next up in the jungle here, we have Zahen against the Rek'Sai. Now, I'm not too familiar with Zahen in the jungle myself. I haven't played against it all that much, or I haven't played it myself. But I've seen the clear, and I've seen this champion in top lane enough to know that his skill is pretty decent. Once you get into his zone, it's really hard to get him off of you. He does really well into melee champions, which I think Paragon kind of, again, they seem to like have this bad idea to always draft badly, depending on what Varsal is picking. Last game he picked Trundle, there went 0 dashes, now he picks Zahen, they go 4 melee champions. So yeah, if they have a lot of melee champions, Zahen ult gets a lot of value there, right? He gets a lot of heal from it, effectively coming out with like 3 health bars. The first one he has the heal from the ult, and then his passive stacks right when he revives. So Yeah, Zahan scales really well, the clear is slow, so I imagine early to mid game, Rek'Sai favored, and then it starts becoming very close to Varsal favored. The only issue I see here is that Yumi kind of wants to stay on the Zeri, and I imagine he would like to have Yumi for himself. Zahan is kind of more of that carry style bruiser, right? Similar to like your Tryndamers, your Masteries. So, yeah. I mean, okay, not Tryndamere Mastery, but you know, a bit less than that, but he's definitely wanting to do the damage to like try 1v5 as much as possible, right? Like your Aatroxes or Dariuses, okay? But with a lot more dashes. And slows, and knockbacks, and knockups. So I don't know what to call that. But yeah. So yeah, let's have a look how Varsal plays it. I mean, all eyes on him if he can pull this off. Let's have a look now in the mid lane. Ahri against Sylas. Very sort of classic matchup. We've seen this played time and time again. Usually Sylas favored, just the way the alts work, right? Ahri ult is such a strong ult, but Sylas gets that and his passive on top of every single ult that he's doing from Ahri, right? So it's like just so strong. And I mean, Ahri has the advantage earlier on. Depends on how Sylas plays it, because if he stays back from the wave, he could still get the levels. So Ahri will only have a gold advantage and not that much, but she will have just a bit. But Sylas can counter push, can do all that stuff, right? So it is mechanics on Ahri, and he did win the lane in the last match, which I thought he had a bad matchup for. So I imagine he really knows how he will find a way to play around this Sylas, despite maybe not being the best matchup post 6, right? Alright, and Zeri Yumi versus Rakan Israel. I mean, it's a very small kill pressure type lanes, right? Both of them kind of don't really have those like finishing tools. They could definitely get into a fight, deal like half of your damage reasonably quick, and then back off. I think really after 6 we should be seeing a lot more out of this bot lane. I would imagine better from Iconic, as in if he plays it badly, he could get knocked up by the Rakan, and that could lead to some trouble, because Yumi does have that weakness of being CC'd out of someone's sort of body, right? And then she won't be able to attach again for some time. But other than that, I mean, the slow against Rakan's straightforward engage really comes in clutch from the Yumi. The heals from Yumi will heal Zeri, heal the Zahen, and they're very strong heals as well. So yeah, it's gonna buff the Zeri dealing more damage, and it's he does Zeri as well. I think Eversio have the tools to win this game. Their only like sort of pseudo losing matchup is maybe in mid lane, and it's not really that hard of a losing matchup. So you know, if they play like they played in the last one and maybe just fix a bit the early game, they're golden. They're solid. They really don't need anything else to take this home for a 2-0. So let's see. We're 10 seconds away, guys. Thank you all for watching the stream. I hope you're enjoying it tonight. Hope you're enjoying your Thursdays and had a good day in general. And maybe now we can end it off with a smile with another Eversio win. Stay tuned, and let's head on to the in-game. No. Okay. Alright, so let's see it. This is it. Come on, Eversio. Give us a 2-0 win and call it a day. It is Varsal on the Zahen as expected here. Oh, mechanics here shows early, and it does allow time for Rafa and Nisra to get in a trade onto Mechanics. He's below half health starting the laning phase. Very dangerous to be against Sylas. Level 2 Sylas here with Ignite can definitely take you down from that head. We should see Iconic and Hido kind of pressuring this bot lane. And there it is. Oh, Rafa gets the last auto. He does get the first blood and levels up just in time. But the Ignite will land on him, and Mechanics, to be honest, takes a bad situation and turns it into equal power. So well done to him. Both mid laners will start with a Dark Seal this game. No, Varsal gets caught in his jungle. This is a move that has been done before on him. And it seems to catch him off guard here. Varsal falls. It's the enemy bot and jungle kind of walk into his jungle there. No real response here from Eversio or what they could do. Oh, Hido actually finds a kill here. I'm not sure how he does it. He's in a 1v3 and he's just kiting and bobbing and weaving. And that's Hido for you. He ghosted, but he still has flash. This is his signature champion after all. He hasn't played this in a while on stage, but the feeling is still there. The CS this time round isn't that far gone in the bot lane, but we are seeing a 12 CS lead here by Mechanics in the mid, which is to be expected. The Ahri matchup does win earlier on just due to the range advantage. But across the board here, everyone's pretty much equal. Varsal just down one camp as well. Yeah, so not too much grievances. Actually, it's Eversio that is ahead on gold by 200 gold if you have to count it, so despite being very similar in kills. Mechanics ignites and Rafa ignites as well. The Q2 doesn't land from Mechanics. The flash forward charm does, and that should give him a reset, which he uses to dodge the Rek'Sai gank. And here comes Varsal now. The W lands. Can Varsal get the knockup? The knockup from Rek'Sai just creates enough distance for him to walk away. And Varsal will not be able to land that knockup. see here, Paragon looking to set up this dragon. There are 4 members here, and he does not afraid to step out of bounds here a bit, just to have a look at what's going on. So Eversio will not contest this dragon. Can't take Drake. Not the worst dragon to get. I mean, it's pretty good when you have these healing champs like the Zahen. And yeah, or like the Sylas. I think it's really good on the Sylas here. But the Eversio figure perhaps better to take enemy resources here instead of that dragon. We saw Varsal there get a sneaky little invade. He does get that enemy rep buff. See here that I think maybe, oh my gosh, no, what just happened there? Mahanix oversteps his boundaries just a bit and does end up going down. A bit of an overstep there. He was actually winning the fight initially, and I think Rafa just isn't comfortable with the matchup all that much. He just knows of its strength but not how to use it. Let's see here, Zelian with the Everwin in chat. Hello Zelian. Oh yeah. Oh, Hido excellently baits out that Rakan knockup. Must be a fun match for Iconic. I mean, he's just, you know, just kind of sitting there. Must have been a fun time when Yumi was meta for all the support mates. Oh my gosh. Mahanix really trying his best there, charming the Rek'Sai, but the flash knockup lands to a kill as Sylas connects his E2. Nothing really Mahanix could have done about that one. Well played honestly to the Rek'Sai here. Look at that, he just keeps baiting out those Rakan Ws and keeps taking the trade. Here comes Rek'Sai though. We see Varsal finding the mid laner here as Rafa's here. He decides to engage 2v1, which I'm not sure about. Rafa takes the Zeri ult in the end. A questionable ordeal, I would say. I would assume the Zahen ult gives a lot more value to the Sylas. Sorry guys, I totally missed that, but I think we got a solo play here between Farsal And mechanics as we do take down the Silas. We're starting to see that Zahen come into play here. This champion does have the strength, especially when they're all melee like that. He could definitely land all the abilities. We see Heartsteel complete by Awaken in the top lane. Interesting choice of item here. Varsal is on the side, ready to help mechanics if he needs it. Just having the time of his life, honestly, on the Zeri. You see Dragon getting started here. Eversio doing well to force Paragon off of it. We see Hido mechanics on the side here, threatening damage. Rafa goes in with the Arial though, and Hido pops his Zeri out. Varsal goes in, mechanics first to fall. You see Joe Swanson on the back end. Hido's just pelleting away, and a combination of him and Varsal is what they need. And there's a second kill, double kill for Hido. As the CC from Zahen is just enough to set up Zeri's abilities. I think that's a great combination together. The Zahen Zeri combo. I mean, you guys didn't see it, but Iconic ulted there on the Yumi. He healed everyone, and that's why they won the fight. Oi oi oi. Them Yumi moments. Let's see here. Varsal and Awaken are keen on fighting this, but they just might get gapped here. We see 4 members of Paragon are here. Varsal does fall. Mechanic tries to take a bit of damage, but I mean, is it worth it in the end? He gets flashed on by the Silas, forced to ult, and the Rek'Sai ult will finish off mechanics as well. That's 2 quick kills for Paragon. Hido pops the ult. The dash is used, he does get knocked up. But the damage is just too much, the exhaust out, and that's a quick double kill for Hido. That's triple kill. Guys, that's a 1v3 triple kill. Well, 2v3, sorry, Iconic was there, but you know, he's kind of like a trinket at this point. Yeah, I mean... Eversio. Did they do anything special so far? No. But Hido and Iconic are pretty much destroying this match. It literally feels like it's they're pinging Awaken. Oi oi oi. Can't find the top lane, huh? It just feels like 4 members were running around and Hido just cleaned the map today. I don't know. Varsal on the Zahen definitely kept things in check for Hido to pick off those quick kills in the earlier fight. And now it's just getting a bit out of hand. Let's see, we see Hido going up into the top lane. And they see an Awaken in bot. Nice charm landed there by mechanics. But is it enough to survive here? They trade alt for alt. And we see Hido getting engaged on here. There's 3 members. He gets ulted. He manages to dodge the Scion Q. The Rek'Sai ult used just in time. He gets the shutdown onto Hido. But now Varsal is here to clean house. Shogat is also here as Awaken, trying to help get some kills. We see Nisra on the run and Varsal finishes him off. The teleport used by Awaken here to keep up the tempo. I'm not sure how that... how the Sylas was not stopped on recall there. But the end result here will be Hido going down 1 for 1. And then the mid lane Tyrant also taking a beating here from Mechanics. Let's see here. We have a bit of a quiet state here before the Baron. It will be spawning in the next minute here. But it should lead to great success here. Hido very strong at the moment. This is the second dragon, the third dragon of the game. Eversio kind of wanting to contest this. Hido's very strong, Varsal is very strong. Awaken is here, Mechanics is on the side. That's 2 landed by the Zahen. Can Varsal find more? Nisra taking a lot of damage. And there's the dragon secured by Eversio, and now they want to go out of it. There's the out popped by Zeri. Hido's kiting away, that's a quick 2 kills. That's a third. Can they get more? Hido goes for the jugular as they run down this Ezreal. Ignite used and the flash used as well. Shrimp also uses his barrier, but he does not land the abilities. Mechanics on a killing spree. Sion's the last one. Oh, that's a quick ace and dragon for Eversio. And Hido just keeps getting stronger and stronger, doesn't he? Oi, oi, oi. Nice positioning, nice teamwork here by Eversio before the objective. So if you think Hido's dealing damage, guys, wait until he recalls. That's the Infinity Edge complete on this Zeri. It's gonna be a 3-item Zeri versus a Trinity Force Tear of the Goddess Ezreal. That's a fair fight. If we have a look at gold here, 11k is just on Hido. Holy. If you remove that, Eversio would be 28k to 34k. So yeah, the moment you remove Hido from the picture, it's gonna be a whole different story. We've not seen much out of this Shogat pick from Awaken. He's up a kill at the moment. But yeah, it's just pretty much been 2 tanks right clicking each other every now and then for grass procs. I'm curious. Awaken has 4.7k and this Sion has 4k exactly. Although Mechanics gets engaged on by Rafa and he does have enough to take him down and live through that. We see Hilo getting rotated to the top side here to take the turret, and potentially this Sion's health HP bar as well. Awaken flashes forward, but now Sion flashes away himself. Can he get away? We managed to block that Sion ult, so he should not have that much escapes yet. Varsal having a bit of a hard time taking him down, dealing close to no damage to this Sion. And there it is, alright, Sion finally falls. And if Eversio oversteps his boundaries, he'll definitely get taken off there. Oh my gosh, Hilo dealing so much damage at the moment. It lands, the W from the Zahen lands, and it does drag the Rakan in. And if you give Hilo space, he'll take it. He'll take a quick 2 kills here as they're pushing that top lane tier 3. Now keep in mind Baron is up, and it's definitely a big win con here for Eversio. If they want to end things, it's on the 22nd minute. People forget he does Zeri. He's so proficient on this champion. Knows all the tricks, knows his damage so well. Oh, very interesting. He seems to be going for the experimental hexblade, 4th item on the Zeri. Just to get his item, his ultimate cooldown lower, and to get that big boost in attack speed. Interesting choice to go this over the Fiend Hunter bolts, right? He must want that extra bit of health that experimental gives you as well. I mean, to be fair, very similar items. He already has that 75% crit chance, right, from his 3 item. So he might want to think about the last Whisper Lord Doms, right? Rek'Sai has armor, and so does the Sion. But if he has enough damage for them, I think it's fine. But definitely something to think about. Let's see here, 3rd dragon for Eversio. This will be soul point. And they can start thinking about the Baron, or forcing a fight close to it. See here, Hilo goes in. He's trying to find this Ezreal. Ezreal forced to flash on the side. Meanwhile, we see Varsal and Awaken taking on 2, but Hilo's just 1v3 up here against the world. Ezreal's the first to fall. Hilo sidesteps the Rakan knockup. That's a double kill. And can we get more? It's an absolute masterclass from this AD carry. And there it is, Sylas falls as well, and Hilo's still up and at him. Let's not forget he had a Conic on him, throwing shields and move speeds. And I think if it was not Hilo, he would never play Yuumi for anyone else. And there's the ace for Eversio. They seem to be going where Mechanics is. Oh. To get more there out of the push. This was a much more one-sided affair. It's definitely Hilo diff, as Zelion put it in the chat. Big time Hilo diff. He pretty much got those Ken kills almost alone. There's the Nexus, Bear open, no Baron needed. Just a couple of team fights and a Fed AD carry. There it is, guys, 2-0. Just what the doctor ordered. Michaela will be sleeping happy tonight. Everyone on Eversio rejoice. Finally we can pick up a win. Oi oi oi. Now the question is, does Eversio stay with this combination? This is the combination that gave them 2-0 twice in a row in this series. And I'm sorry to say, but any other version of this team comp has not led to these results. So let's hope for the best as Eversio face their last match next Thursday. Thank you for everyone joining us, guys. And first time sleeping in 4 weeks, yep. Good one. I mean, it's nice to see a win every now and then, right? I was losing hope, to be honest. But yes, it's nice to see. Especially this first game, it was a bit rough. But we managed to turn things around, so well done to all Eversio members. It's a big good night from me, guys. I'm extremely exhausted. I don't know if you can tell. It's been fun streaming for you, and I hope you had a fun time. Good night. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you all next Thursday. No, yes, they are goats, not cows. Them. Oi, oi, oi.